win it all.
Let's just go for it. Let's go for it.
If you think you have what it takes to win the amazing race, go to cbs.com/casting and apply now.
I think you should,
I didn't even remember I was wearing that.
Toastier temps before they dramatically drop. I'll show you how hot and when they crash. Live from downtown Marquette, it's your 19 News.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Sarah Blakely. Tonight on your WZMQ 19 News, at least 3 people are dead and several others injured after a shooting at the University of Nevada, Las Vegas. Tonight, what police know so far about the gunman. Plus, some voters in the city of Marquette could have a new polling place. We'll tell you why the city election board decreased the number of voting precincts. And strengthening punishments for those who harm medical professionals. The new law is signed by Governor Whitmer as the healthcare industry reports a rise in attacks on employees. Your 19 News starts now.
Live from the UP, this is WZMQ 19 News at 11.
Some snow showers still hanging on tonight, primarily way out in our eastern counties. Ariane, when does all of that kind of clear out of here?
Yeah, Sarah, you're right. We do have some snow showers over here in the, as I just skipped ahead, lovely. We're expecting those to clear out, though, as we get further into the evening. We should have dry conditions for tomorrow. So that's looking really lovely. Those temperatures rising up as well. We'll expect even warmer temperatures on our Friday. Today out at the National Weather Service, we saw a high of 31 degrees. Right now we are in that 30-degree range, dropping down in the 20s. Your full forecast after the break.
Thank you very much, Ariane. Developing now, details about a shooting at the University of Las Vegas, Nevada are still coming in, but officials now say 3 people are dead and several others injured. The attack just before midday set off panic as police rushed to the scene while students and professors barricaded themselves inside classrooms and dorm rooms. Nicole Comstock has more from Vegas.
Police said there were multiple victims after a gunman opened fire in a deadly mass shooting at the University of Nevada in Las Vegas.
We have 1 patient right now. Supposedly we have more patients inside with an active shooter.
I didn't get really scared until we were sitting there quietly and I heard 3 gunshots. Pop, pop, pop. And I was like, oh my God.
Authorities said the suspect was killed by responding officers.
UNLV campus police responded to the scene and engaged the suspect immediately right outside of Beam Hall.
As the school went into lockdown, UNLV sent an urgent alert to the community, writing, "Run, hide, fight. This is not a test." This man says he and his sister attend the school, and she was on campus at the time of the shooting.
Her teacher just locked up the room, said they're not letting nobody out until they know like the suspects are like gone or whatever.
We had to close the door and barricade all the tables up, about 6 tables up, to make sure that the door wasn't coming out.
According to UNLV, the shooter was at a building that houses the business school, and police responded to a report of additional shots fired at the nearby student union.
What happened today is a heinous, unforgivable crime, but I want y'all to know something. It's a crime that we train for each and every day.
A federal law enforcement official says the FBI offered assistance in the ongoing investigation.
You'll remember just over 6 years ago, Las Vegas suffered one of the worst deadly mass shootings in U.S. history at the Mandalay Bay Casino. New tonight at 11, the Delta County Board of Commissioners has once again restructured its legal counsel. In September, the board voted to remove County Prosecutor Lauren Wickman as its primary counsel in favor of Scott Graham. The board rescinded that motion last night. The commission then voted unanimously to reorder its counsel, going to the State Municipal Risk Management Authority first. Then the county administrator will determine whether the board should go to Wickman or Graham on a case-by-case basis. According to a state statute, the administrator must still get the board's approval before consulting an attorney other than Wickman. Some City of Marquette residents will now be voting in a new location. The Marquette Election Board made some changes to the city's voting precincts. Effective immediately, the city has reduced the number of precincts from 7 to 4. The changes come as polling places are seeing fewer voters in person as absentee ballots and early voting becomes more popular. The city says consolidating polling places saves the city resources and money.
Only change on the ground is going to be Precinct 4, previously Precinct 4's voters who voted in the Municipal Service Center. Those individuals will now be voting likely in the YMCA building.
Voters have automatically been placed into their new precinct and can expect new voter registration cards in the coming weeks. We have a link to more information, including how to look up your new polling location at WZMQ19.com. As workplace violence increases across the nation, medical professionals are facing some of the highest rates of assault while at work. Governor Whitmer signed 2 bills into law that create more protections for healthcare workers. Our Michigan Capitol correspondent Sophia Murphy talked with nurses about the new laws and whether or not they think the protections will be enough.
The laws signed today have been introduced multiple times in Michigan's House since 2013. With healthcare professionals facing increasing rates of workplace violence over the pandemic, lawmakers say they felt the need to show their support and push the legislation forward.
Today, healthcare workers face rising rates of bullying, viciousness, and violence. According to the U.S. Bureau of Labor and Statistics, healthcare workers are 5 times more likely to suffer a workplace violence injury.
Those same studies show that 57 nurses are assaulted every day in the U.S. That's 2 every hour.
Being agitated or distressed when a loved one is in the emergency room is very normal, but it is not an excuse for an assault.
The 2 laws will increase fines against people who assault medical professionals while they're working and require signs be posted describing the enhanced fines.
Healthcare worker violence gets in the way and undermines our ability to provide high-quality health care.
At the bill signing, hospital staff shared their experiences dealing with violent reactions from patients and their families. Dexter Baker, a registered nurse at Sparrow Hospital in Lansing, said these laws are a good first step to supporting healthcare workers, but that more could be done to address the root cause of the problem.
A lot of these issues arise from short staffing in our hospitals. So if we can get that next legislation moving for that Safe Patient Care Act and have these hospitals that are kind of restricted to a safe nurse to patient ratio, I think that'll be a great next step.
Baker says it's good to see proof that lawmakers are committed to supporting medical staff as these changes take place over the next few months. From Michigan's capital, Sophia Murphy, WZMQ 19 News.
Meanwhile, nursing homes and long-term care facilities across the country could be forced to boost staffing levels if a proposed federal rule takes effect. Some federal lawmakers support the concept, but representatives for the long-term care industry say it would be devastating. Our Washington, D.C. correspondent Brennan Scanlon has the details on the proposed minimum staffing standards.
In September, the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services issued a proposal to establish comprehensive nurse staffing requirements in long-term care facilities. Last month, several Democratic senators signed on to a letter urging CMS to implement the standards as soon as possible. Among them is Pennsylvania's Bob Casey, who chairs the Senate Special Committee on Aging.
We have an obligation to provide quality care in every long-term care setting.
It would be catastrophic for nursing facility providers in the state of Michigan.
Melissa Samuel is the president and CEO of the Healthcare Association of Michigan. She calls the proposal an unfunded mandate that would only make current staffing and access to care challenges even worse.
Nursing facilities would have to take less residents.
She says the current workforce shortage would make it difficult for many long-term care facilities to meet the proposed standards.
Simply, there's not enough workers to meet the mandate.
Which could mean less care options for seniors.
It becomes an access issue. We have to start taking less residents to meet the ratio.
Instead of penalizing long-term care, Samuel believes the government should focus on creating career pathways.
You know, maybe we need to focus on vocational ed and making a certified nurse aide something that's emphasized and a focus at the high school level, creating the pathways, working on immigration reform, creating career ladders. Let's fix the problem of the workforce shortage before we put a mandate in place.
In a statement to WZMQ 19 News, Senator Debbie Stabenow said in part, quote, families who choose nursing home care deserve to know that their loved one is in a comfortable and safe environment. Adequate staffing will help ensure that all residents receive safe and high-quality care. Reporting in Washington, Brendan Scanlon, WZMQ 19 News.
Today, U.S. senators also debated how to proceed with aid for Ukraine, Israel, the Indo-Pacific, and humanitarian aid in Gaza. The biggest holdup at this point has been aid for Ukraine and the southern border. The White House warned earlier this week that aid for Ukraine is nearly out. Senate Democrats are urging Republicans to get on board with a more than $100 billion funding package, which includes $61 billion for Ukraine. But Republicans say that the crisis at our own southern border needs to be addressed before money is sent to Ukraine. Democrats say they've given Republicans every opportunity to come to the table and have offered them the ability to provide an amendment to enhance border needs.
They will be able to write and put forward the first amendment to this bill to address their border security concerns. Now, this is a real opportunity.
Republicans disagree. They say Democrats aren't willing to compromise on necessary border enhancements. The legislation will need 60 votes to pass, and at this point, it seems Republicans won't be supporting the measure. Your first warning weather forecast is coming up after this break. Plus, the UP cannabis retailer that's partnering with a number of charities to collect food donations, where you can drop off some canned goods. And later, the Michigan State University Extension is coming to Marquette to hear what residents have to say about their community. The goal of the
19 News is brought to you by Kirkish Furniture.
Sleep better with a new mattress from Kirkish Furniture. We proudly feature made in the Midwest Restonic mattresses. Try one out today and compare other major brands. Let our sleep specialists help you find the bed of your dreams at Kirkish Furniture.
Save big on everything at Menards. Find plumb, level, and 45 degrees quickly with a Johnson Levels Magnetic Torpedo Level. It's durable, easy to read, and glows in the dark, ensuring accurate results in both bright and low light areas. Now just $6.98. After $9 rebate, cut the cord with Bosch cordless power tools and accessories. They're designed to tackle the toughest jobs. This 18-volt hammer drill kit is just $109. Plus, the Menards gift card is always a great gift idea.
John's Auto is quickly becoming everybody's favorite place to get their car fixed. That's because at John's Auto, communication is the key to service. When we have your car, you can expect to be updated on what's going on. And Craig here will explain repairs in terms I even understand, and I'm only 9. For a better service experience, come to John's Auto Marquette.
And don't forget, we're still your #1 source for a pre-owned vehicle in Marquette County.
John's Auto Marquette.
Tonight on The Late Show, my guest is John Oliver. As they say in Britain, he's my brother from another governor. We don't say that.
Tonight on CBS. I'm Emilio Colon. Come with me on a journey to discover the historic town squares of Ponce and Old San Juan, Puerto Rico. In the next episode of Music in Puerto Rico, we'll experience history come to life through the universal language of music. Let's explore the vibrant cultural and commercial heritage of these fascinating cities.
Now, WZMQ 19 News First Warning Weather with Ariane Stasek.
Well, we've got some clear skies out there, but those clouds expected to increase as we get into tomorrow, Thursday. Right now, about 28 here in Marquette, a little bit warmer over in Newberry and Manistee with the temp currently 37. But as we take a look at this evening, we'll be dipping down into those mid to upper 20s across the UP. Some of us still hanging out, though, in the 30s. So we have seen some precipitation over here, most of it down in the Mitten and Lake Michigan. But again, more snow showers and that mixture over in the east portion as we get into our night. Taking a look at the current radar conditions, it's almost off the map there, so we'll expect it to be fairly dry for tomorrow. So looking forward to that. Those gusts continuing this evening will slow down a little bit, and then they'll return, though, on our Friday, maybe even continuing into the weekend. But let's look ahead to Thursday. We've got some sunshine to enjoy, as well as temperatures in that 35 to 45 degree range. We're going to be even warmer, though, on Friday, closer to even 50 degrees. Let's take a look, though, at those winds. Primarily coming from the southwest. We'll see these change direction a few times over the next 24, 48 hours. So Thursday evening will be coming from the east, southeast, and then we'll see that change direction and high-fiving from the west and east portions over our Friday morning. But those gusts could be up to 19 miles an hour in Marquette in the morning. Everyone else a little bit higher than that, especially Eagle Harbor and Ironwood could be in that 20 mile an hour range. So just a heads up in case, of course, you've got garbage night. You don't want those cans rolling away. So like I mentioned, those snow showers hitting the road here and heading eastward this evening, and then tomorrow morning we'll start with mostly cloudy skies, but we'll see things clear out around noon before those clouds increase again at about 5 p.m. And like I mentioned, most of the sunshine staying in the western portion, especially inland, and then we'll have mostly cloudy skies for our Friday morning, even into the evening. That sunshine, make sure you take advantage and get out there and enjoy it tomorrow if you've got that opportunity. Those temperatures fairly warm for Thursday across the board in that 40 degree range. Check it out here. Iron River could be 46, and then Friday will be warm again in the 40s. Those breezes like we just talked about continuing, but just a comparison for Bark River, for example, will be 46 on Friday and then dipping way down this weekend, maybe seeing Thursday or 30 by Wednesday. So it is going to get chilly, friends. Taking a look at that hockey outlook, Friday, we're heading up to Tech, mostly cloudy skies, and those temperatures around 31. Expect some mixture on our Saturday. I've got your 7-day outlooks in 15.
Thanks, Air. And Iron Mountain Business is leaving its front entrance open all winter long for its second annual coat drive. Pure Water and Air on Fairbanks Avenue is taking donations, including other winter gear like hats, gloves, scarves, boots, even snow pants. They'll even wash any gently used items before putting it on the donation rack. The store owner started the coat drive last year as a way to just do something for her community. She says boots are always the first thing to go, and right now the bins could really use more gloves and mittens.
People come in, and we wanted to do it out here in the front. I think sometimes people are prideful and are afraid to ask for help. And so we wanted it to be something, if they didn't want to come in and have a conversation with us, they could still come in and pick out what they needed and take and go.
The store also has a side entrance for any after-hours donations. A UP cannabis retailer is helping donate food for the holiday season. Throughout the month of December, Higher Love is partnering with the United Way for a food drive. At all UP locations, people can drop off any donations, and a free promo item will be given to anyone with 3 or more donations. The newest Higher Love location in Menominee is also partnering with the Suicide Prevention Network, Veterans in Need, and 2 other local charities in addition to the United Way.
Fun promo item that is an incentive, obviously, for 21 and up. But yeah, so if you come and you say, oh my God, I didn't know I had to bring canned items, or you are empty-handed, you can also donate $15 cash, which is the equivalent, and still get the promo.
Higher Love will also donate $2,500 to all the charities and match all customer donations. Well, so far, winter's been pretty easy on us. It hasn't been very cold yet. We haven't had a whole lot of snow, but luckily for snow lovers, Carl Bonac says this is quite unusual.
Snow is our way of life here in Upper Michigan during a typical December. Even away from the snow belts, over a foot of snow falls on average in the southern UP at Iron Mountain. In the snow belts of Lake Superior, the National Weather Service receives just over 3 feet of snow in an average December, while at Houghton it's over 4. Just during the last 3 decades, the Weather Service has 3 Decembers with over 6 feet of snow, and one with over 7 feet, 2000, when a whopping 89.5 inches was measured. There's almost always enough snow for skiers to enjoy and those who plow snow to make a living. But there are a few glaring exceptions. National Weather Service records go back to 1961. During those 60-plus years, there were 4 Decembers with under a foot of snow. The least snowy December featured a paltry 3.7 inches in December 1962. One thing all 4 Decembers had in common was a dry preceding fall. The average precipitation for September, October, and November at the National Weather Service is 10.9 inches. These 4 falls had at least a 2.5-inch precipitation deficit. This past fall was also dry, the driest in years, coming in over 3.5 inches below normal. Looking ahead, here's the snowfall forecast over the next 2 weeks. This computer model shows well under a foot of snowfall accumulation, even in the snow belts of the north. As for prospects over the winter as a whole, 2 of these least snowy Decembers were El Niño winters, just like this one. Both had well below average snowfall for the entire winter season. In fact, the winter of 1986-87 is the least snowy winter in the past 60 years.
Michigan State University is bringing its expertise to the UP, bringing communities throughout the state a little closer together. The MSU Extension, which is the university's community outreach office, is hosting a listening session next Monday at Northern Michigan University. It's meant for community members to discuss what's working in their hometown and what could maybe be improved. MSU says these listening sessions are important because they help communities grow and it helps the Extension gain a better understanding of the needs across the state.
Community has its own personality, and if they don't come up here and hear what is going on exactly in each one of those communities, then they're not going to be as relevant as they want to be, and we want to make sure that each one of our community members are really served by us in the best way that we can do that.
The sessions on Monday will run from 4 to 6:30 p.m. in the upstairs ballroom at the Northern Center. Still ahead tonight, it's National Flu Vaccination Week. What doctors say people should know about this year.
There are a lot of things out there going viral. But this fall and winter, you can help keep your immune system from going viral and help protect it from the flu virus and the COVID-19 virus by getting your vaccinations. You can get both vaccines at the same time. The world has enough going viral these days. Talk to your healthcare provider.
Need to get from point A to point B quickly, efficiently, safely? The Marquette County Transit Authority is your ticket to ride. Friendly drivers operate clean, blue and white buses throughout Marquette County 365 days a year. Seniors 60 plus ride free every Wednesday. For information about routes and tickets, click on marktran.com. We keep you moving. Marquette Transit.
The Jennifer Hudson Show will have you feeling festive. Demi Lovato gives us the gift of music. Plus, Ally Brooks' new Christmas album. And Grammy nominee David-O performs.
The Jennifer Hudson Show, tomorrow at 5 on WZMQ TV CBS, followed by 19 News at 6.
It's Men's Night at Richardson Jewelers, downtown Marquette. Men, come join me Friday, December 8th from 5 to 8 p.m. for my exclusive Men's Night. I will have food, fun, prizes, huge discounts, and more. This year's grand prize is a membership to Marquette Golf Club Heritage Course. Every $100 spent will give you even more entries for this amazing giveaway. Let's give you and your lady a Christmas to remember.
Richardson Jewelers.
You're watching the award-winning WZMQ 19 News, live and local with Sarah Blakely.
It's National Influenza Vaccination Week. With flu cases and hospitalizations increasing nationwide, health officials are reminding everyone that there's still time to get your flu shot. Tanya Backus spoke with the director of the CDC.
Mark Rosenberg rolled up his sleeve at this Duane Reade pharmacy for a shot at staying healthy.
Don't want to get sick over the holidays.
He says his whole family gets flu shots every year.
We want to try and keep each other from getting sick, and then when we have other family come and visit, we want to do our best to stop them from getting sick as well.
If you haven't gotten your flu vaccine yet, federal health officials say now is the time. It's recommended for everyone 6 months of age and older. Dr. Mandy Cohen is the director of the CDC.
We don't want to see anyone get hospitalized or die from something that has a safe and effective vaccine. We particularly want to make sure our seniors and our kids under 5 get vaccinated because they have the worst outcomes from getting flu.
Survey data estimates 38.7% of adults have received a flu vaccine, 38.2% of children, and 62.2% of adults over 65. Flu activity continues to increase in most parts of the U.S. Hospitalizations are also rising, and there are plenty of other viruses circulating.
Are there any predictions about how the rest of this season will play out?
Last year, we had a pretty bad season, meaning we saw a lot of flu, a lot of COVID, and particularly a lot of RSV impacting our kids. This year, what I would say is we're seeing a pretty typical season, but that does still mean many folks getting flu and COVID and RSV, which is why get vaccinated, get tested, get treatment.
And even if you had the flu last year, you still need to get a vaccine to protect yourself this season.
In other health news tonight, slow and steady may be best for overweight people who also have knee or hip osteoarthritis and are on weight loss medication. New research shows for this group, slow to moderate weight loss cut their risk of death by nearly a third. Losing weight too quickly did not have the same effect. And veterans without stable housing are 50% more likely to develop Alzheimer's or dementia than those who have a steady home. The study looked at more than 88,000 veterans, half with housing stability and the other half without. Researchers say the findings highlight the need for more federal housing support for veterans. Taxes aren't due until April, but it's a good idea to start thinking about your return now. Jill Schlesinger tells us why.
With just a few weeks to go before the end of 2023, it's time to make smart money moves right now. Start by using the IRS's withholding estimator to see if you had enough money set aside to pay your tax bill in April. If not, notify your payroll department to increase your withholding through the end of the year. If you're not working or self-employed, you may want to make an estimated tax payment to reduce or eliminate potential tax penalties. Consider maximizing your pre-tax retirement plan contributions before the end of the year. You'll reduce your tax bill and save for the future. And if your adjusted gross income is $36,500 or less, or $73,000 if married, your retirement contribution might qualify for the Savers Credit. It can be worth up to $2,000 for individuals and $4,000 for couples. Finally, some seniors need to think about required minimum distributions, or RMDs. If you are age 72 or older and have contributed to a pre-tax retirement account, like an IRA, the government requires that you take out a certain amount of money every year. Failure to do so may result in a 50% penalty on the amount you should have withdrawn. If you have multiple IRAs, you only need to take one RMD based on your age and the total value of the accounts. In New York, I'm CBS News business analyst Jill Schlesinger.
We're drying out a little bit tomorrow, but it doesn't last for too long. Ariane has the outlook on the way. And something you don't see every day, the giant cow that made its way down a Wisconsin highway. That's our final story after this.
Tonight on The Late Show, my guest is John Oliver. As they say in Britain, he's my brother from another governor. We don't say that.
tonight on CBS.
Shop our huge selection of Amish-crafted dining room sets at Kirkish Furniture in Houghton. Browse our large in-stock collection and customize with a special order. With 1-year no-interest financing available, plus free delivery. Shop Kirkish Furniture today.
Yes, we're on thin ice. And everything is going up in smoke. Still, some are adding fuel to the fire, while the rest of us see the troubled waters rising. Our planet is under the weather. But when the going gets tough, the tough get, well, you know. Because in the heat of this moment, we're not about to lose our cool. Love it or lose it.
Hello to you, I'm Gail King.
I'm Tony DeCopel.
And I'm Nate Burleson. This is us. We're all here to wake up your mornings to help make sense of the latest overnight developments.
What you can expect from your day before you head out the door. You'll also hear directly from the biggest newsmakers in America.
And you'll see the best group of journalists in the business with exclusive reporting and breaking overnight news.
That's a lot. Watch CBS Mornings right here on your new CBS affiliate in the Upper Peninsula. That's WZMQ 19.
The Upper Peninsula's home for the talk, WZMQ 19.
Right now, we're a little bit clear over here in the west interior, southwest interior. Everyone else seeing clouds start to move in. These temperatures still in the 30s. We'll expect them to be in that 25 to 35 degree range this evening. Tomorrow morning, we'll start in the 30s and a lot more cloud coverage. Again, we'll see sunnier skies in the west half and temperatures rising into that 40 degree range, mostly 40 to 45. And then taking a look at Chassel's old-fashioned Christmas celebration happening Thursday, Friday, Saturday. It did start on Wednesday, but it's looking very lovely, although we could see some precipitation on Saturday. Just a heads up on that, and those temperatures, of course, cooling off. Taking a look at 7-day for Escanaba, chances of precipitation here on our Friday, looking about 20%, but then we'll expect it to possibly return this weekend.
Finally tonight, a traffic camera in America's Dairyland recently showed vehicles moving along nicely, including a truck carrying this massive cow figure on its trailer. Footage posted to the Wisconsin Department of Transportation's Facebook page this week shows the upright cow statue being driven right along down the highway. The department said its traffic management operators see many things on the 500-plus traffic cams all across the state.
Holy cow!
Yeah, no kidding. You know, I've gotten to see the Wienermobile going down the highway, which is really exciting in itself, but how did that not cause a crash? I mean, someone just driving along and
like
there's a cow.
Flying. Well, I mean, it looks like they were flying. Our security cams have got some fun footage too.
Yes, they sure have.
Spider webs and whatnot.
Yes.
No cows.
No cows though. Not yet. There's still time. We'll see you back here tomorrow.
Do you hate throwing away food that's gone bad? Does your pantry look like a bad disaster? What if you could keep your food as fresh as the day you bought it and vacuum seal any ingredient? Eric Thies here with my new portable, powerful PowerXL Duo NutriSealer. This incredible breakthrough in technology can savor any flavor while it seals in the freshness. What's the secret? The Duo NutriSealer will remove all the